Good morning, I'm Diane Gertis. This is July 15th, 2011. Today is the Economy Cupcake and we're talking about where have all the jobs gone? Last week our leaders were shocked when the number of the unemployment numbers came out, which is the number of Americans that want to work but can't find jobs, had increased. And then again it took another big hit to our already delicate economy. How can this be? The government was convinced that there are plenty of jobs out there for the people who want to work. Again, our leaders live in a world that is way different from the one we live in, another dimension maybe, because they continue to ignore the fact that the housing market is what is continuing to bring our economy down. It is leaving it in tatters. And it will continue to affect the employment numbers unless they take action. I know, action. That's a new word for them. They turned their backs on the housing market, and it started a domino tumble that has not stopped. Starting with the obvious. Think about it. Here in Phoenix, going down Interstate 10, we used to see the trucks filled with workers and their construction stuff going out to work on home subdivisions and commercial malls. We don't see that anymore. Also, think about all the industry that has gone out of business or have scaled way back, like tile, granite, appliances, furniture. The list goes on. Not to mention the ma and pa restaurants that have had to close down. And if you're a degreed worker, such as an architect or a social worker, there's no, with all the government cutbacks. Well, what about city planners? With all the government cutbacks, they are now not able to find jobs. And please, feel free to write or talk about your own experience with people, or maybe even yourself, that have now either are out of work or had to take a different job that is outside your skill set. And what is this country to do? Why, ignore it, of course. Continue to offer rock bottom rates to the bank so they can continue their ongoing purchases of credit derivatives and go into risky investments. So why? So they could continue to pay themselves their huge bonuses and keep themselves at the income level that they came to become accustomed to. Mandating the banks to offer real options, such as for today's homeowners, let them refinance their homes at today's rates and cut down the principal and give them a lower payment. Can you imagine how much money that would bring into the economy? FHA announced last week that they were going to allow for people who lost their jobs up to 12 months that they could skip their payments. Except it's voluntary. Which bank is going to do that? Have they done anything on a voluntary basis? And why won't they bring back the home buyer incentive program? You let the first-time home buyers or home buyers that want to buy homes, give them back their incentives. But it's not going to happen, is it? It's not. Because, we talk about the housing market improving. It is. But do you know how many foreign investors have come in and bought homes? I mean, I know of one client now that is working with 60 Australians who bought 60 homes. So many of these homes that were flying off the shelves are being paid for cash by investors or by foreign people from other countries. I can get that out. So why are we doing this? Is this really the intent of our government, is to put our houses into the hands of people other than people that would really love to have their own home? And why not eliminate that stupid mandate, that is a mandate, for people who had short sales a couple of years ago? Well, okay, give them a year timeout, but let them go back in and buy a home. But again, the leaders of our great country continue to talk around the employment and the housing issues. They think it'll just go away. No, they hope it'll go away. And as we all know, hope is not a strategy. Take care. Have a great day.